What I do is I take the diatom filter housing and I let it set in hot water just to try to get it to expand a little bit. You don't have to do this, but this is the way I do it. I put the seal in the freezer just to get it cold. Again, you probably don't have to do this. According to the instructions on the diatom filter, you put a little bit of they say shellac, but that was kind of old school. I just take a little bit of regular RTV sealant. The important thing here is that make sure the side that has the spring on it you put facing down. That way it's in contact with your aquarium water and potentially rust. I take a 13mm socket. I place it on top of the seal and then just gently tap it in. Just make sure it bottoms out. The size is perfect. You really probably don't need to use any heat or, putting it in hot water or putting the seal in the refrigerator would probably fit in there anyways, the cycle, and then that way your spring is up to it will never come in contact with the water and you're good to go. As you can see, the seal is nicely in place. There is one more thing I do recommend, is that now the seal is in with the spring side up, so that it will never, the shaft will never let water up into the spring area. I do recommend you put some sort of lubricant in there just for the initial startup. I'm using a little bit of coconut oil, but you could probably use Crisco or something like that, as long as it doesn't eat rubber. But just some sort of initial lubricant to where when you put the housing on, the shaft will slip through there. You're never going to have any problems with the seal again because it's a modern seal. Here's a demonstration of the diatom filter running after the repair. Notice it's running basically silent, as silent as that motor is going to get. Not all the dreaded air and bubbles, that you're going to have with the bad seal, because what ends up happening when the seal goes bad is it will start picking up water, but it's easier for it to pull in oxygen than it is to lift the weight of the water, so it just mixes in a ton of air. This one is running without the diatom bag, because unfortunately I don't have one anymore. I use this as a canister filter. I put lava rock, homemade carbon in it, and some filter media, and then a screen at the top so it can't suck it up in there. The filter bag's one thing that we can't get anymore, so if you got one, treat it like it's gold. But here's the output. It's nice and strong. No air in it. You can see I got the what they call that, the deflection tube in there. She's rattling around, but no oxygen, no air bubbles, completely fixed. One other thing I wanted to mention is these filters get insanely hot, so make sure you don't have anything flammable around it so you don't burn your house down.